This is Rummy's Corner. During the long, rich history of the heavyweight division, there have only been 5 champions who ever made 10 or more consecutive title defenses during a single reign. Of course, the playing field has changed a great deal with the passage of time. Originally, there was only one world champion. Then there were certain circumstances that evolved where you could have 2 champions in a weight class, and then in the 80s it became 3, and in modern times we're now up to 4. It's one of those things that makes absolutely no sense. Logically, there should only be 1 champion per division, but that's a talk for another day. But even though the playing field has changed, where the chances of winning one of the 4 major world titles has increased with time, the fact remains that there have still only been 5 individuals who ever made 10 or more consecutive heavyweight title defenses. A few weeks ago, reigning WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder scored a sensational first-round knockout against Dominic Breazeale. This marked 9 consecutive title defenses for Wilder. Any way you slice it, that's an historically significant number. Wilder is reportedly having a rematch later this year against Luis Ortiz, and this will provide Wilder with an opportunity to join a very exclusive club if he can successfully defend his belt for the 10th consecutive time. Let's take a look at some historical context to help put things in perspective. With 9 consecutive title defenses, Wilder has just passed 2 all-time great heavyweight legends in Jack Johnson and Ezzard Charles. Jack Johnson won the Heavyweight World Championship on December 26, 1908, when he defeated Tommy Burns. Johnson defended the Heavyweight World Championship 8 times over the next 6+ years, before ultimately losing the title against Jess Willard when Willard knocked Johnson out in the 26th round to bring this title run to an end. Ezzard Charles won the vacant NBA title on June 22, 1949, when he defeated Jersey Joe Walcott by 15-round unanimous decision. The Cincinnati Cobra defended the title 8 times over the next 2+ years, which included a unanimous decision victory against former champion Joe Louis in the fight that solidified his lineal status. Ezzard would ultimately lose the title when he was knocked out in the 7th round in his 3rd fight against Jersey Joe Walcott. Deontay Wilder currently stands at 9 consecutive title defenses, and he's already in good company, as this ties him with Vitaly Klitschko, Lennox Lewis, Iron Mike Tyson, Smokin' Joe Frazier, and Muhammad Ali. Vitaly Klitschko defeated WBC champion Sam Peter by 8th round stoppage on October 11, 2008. This was Dr. Iron Fist's 2nd reign as the WBC heavyweight champion, and he defended that title belt 9 times over the next 4+ years before he retired. Lennox Lewis won the WBC belt on February 7, 1997, and that was in his bizarre 5th round stoppage victory in his rematch against Oliver McCall. This was Lennox's 2nd championship reign, and Lewis solidified his standing when he ultimately added the WBA and the IBF belts to his collection, as well as earning himself the rightful claim as the lineal champion. So Lennox was the undisputed champion before that reign ended, and in total, Lewis defended the championship 9 times over 4+ years before he was ultimately stopped in a shocking upset against Hasim Rahman. Iron Mike Tyson won the WBC title on November 22, 1986, when he scored an incredible 2nd-round knockout against Trevor Berbick. Tyson would soon add the WBA belt, the IBF belt, and he earned himself a rightful valid claim to the lineal title during this reign. Tyson ultimately made 9 successful defenses during his mighty impressive championship run of 3+ years. Tyson would ultimately surrender the championship over to Buster Douglas in one of the biggest upsets in all of sports history. Smokin' Joe Frazier first captured the vacant NYSAC heavyweight title on March 4th, 1968, when he scored an 11th round stoppage victory against Buster Mathis. Frazier would add the WBA title and the newly formed vacant WBC title when he defeated Jimmy Ellis via 4th round stoppage. And Frazier also solidified his claim as lineal champion when he defeated Muhammad Ali in the fight of the century. Frazier accumulated 9 successful title defenses in total over the course of just under 5 years, before ultimately being defeated in devastating fashion by Big George Foreman. Muhammad Ali first became heavyweight world champion on February 25th, 1964, when he scored an upset stoppage victory against Sonny Liston. This was Ali's first of 3 heavyweight championship reigns, and Ali defended the championship 9 times over the next 3+ years until his boxing license was revoked. So Deontay Wilder has already passed all-time great legends like Jack Johnson and Ezzard Charles. And now he finds himself tied with the impressive group that includes Iron Mike, Dr. Iron Fist, Lennox Lewis, Smokin' Joe, and the greatest himself. In other words, historically speaking, Deontay Wilder is already in a very exclusive group. Wilder is just one of 10 guys during the long, rich history of boxing to ever make 9 or more consecutive heavyweight title defenses. That's impressive stuff right there. If Wilder can get to 10, that would tie him with Muhammad Ali's second reign. Ali's second reign began on October 30th, 1974, when he defeated Big George Foreman by 8th round knockout. Over the next 3+ years, Ali made 10 successful title defenses during his second run as heavyweight champion. And that run ultimately came to an end when Ali dropped a 15-round split decision against Leon Spinks. Next up on the list would be Tommy Burns, who captured the heavyweight world championship on February 23, 1906, when he won a 20-round decision against Marvin Hart. In just under 3 years, Burns made 11 successful title defenses before losing the championship against Jack Johnson. Then we have Vladimir Klitschko, who first won the IBF title when he defeated Chris Bird by 7th round stoppage on April 22, 2006. Vladimir would later win the WBO title, the WBA title, and he would also establish a valid claim as the lineal heavyweight champion during his impressive reign of dominance. Over the next 8.5 years, Vladimir successfully made an incredible 18 consecutive title defenses. Vladimir's dominant run ultimately came to an end when he lost a lopsided decision against Tyson Fury. Larry Holmes first won the vacant WBC title on June 9th. 1978, when he defeated Ken Norton by 15-round split decision. The Easton Assassin was heavyweight champion for the next 7.5 years, and he was named champion by the newly formed IBF, and he also solidified his claim to the lineage when he defeated Muhammad Ali. During that time, the Easton Assassin made 20 successful title defenses. Technically speaking, you could make a case it was only 19 because the WBC didn't sanction the bout against Marvis Frazier, but 20 is the generally accepted number I've always seen throughout my life. And either way, Larry is number 2 on the list when it comes to consecutive heavyweight title defenses. And then we have the gold standard that was set by the great Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber. Joe Louis first won the Heavyweight World Championship on June 22, 1937, when he stopped Jim Braddock by 8th round knockout. The Brown Bombers' championship reign amazingly lasted nearly 12 years. And during that time, Joe Louis made an astounding 25 consecutive title defenses. You could even technically make the case that it was 26, given the weird situation with the NYSAC during one of Joe's exhibition bouts. But either way, Joe Louis is the gold standard here, and he successfully defended the championship up until his first short-lived retirement. Deontay Wilder first won the WBC title on January 7th, 2015, when he scored a lopsided unanimous decision victory against Berman Stavern. In his first title defense, Wilder defeated Eric Molina by 9th round knockout. In his second title defense, Wilder defeated Johan Duhaupas by 11th round stoppage. In his third title defense, Wilder defeated Arthur Szpilka by 9th round knockout. In his fourth title defense, Wilder defeated Chris Arreola by 8th round stoppage. In his fifth title defense, Wilder scored a 5th round stoppage against Gerald Washington. In his sixth title defense, Wilder scored a devastating first round knockout in his rematch with Stavern. In his seventh title defense, Wilder overcame adversity and he stopped Luis Ortiz by 10th round stoppage. In his eighth title defense, Wilder retained the WBC crown in a 12-round draw against lineal champion Tyson Fury. And in his ninth and most recent title defense, Wilder scored a first-round knockout against Dominic Breazeale. So as of this moment, Wilder is reportedly having a rematch against Ortiz later this year, and if things go according to plan, he will follow that up with a rematch against Tyson Fury sometime thereafter. But if Andy Ruiz Jr. has taught us nothing else, it's that we shouldn't look too far ahead. Fury has an upcoming bout against Tom Schwartz right around the corner in a fight that will be broadcast on ESPN+. And barring some unforeseen circumstances, Wilder has the upcoming rematch with Ortiz. Remember, Ortiz gave Wilder a hell of a fight the last time out, and he had Wilder in some serious trouble during that 7th round. Wilder overcame adversity, and he scored the dramatic late-round stoppage. But make no mistake, the upcoming rematch with Ortiz isn't a give-me fight for Wilder. Ortiz is a very smart fighter, and he might be able to make the appropriate adjustments to give himself a genuine chance here. But for me, at the end of the day, I've underestimated Deontay Wilder a handful of times, and he has proven me wrong time and time and time again. I believe Wilder will win the rematch, and I believe he will do so in impressive fashion, and I'll detail my reasons why as that fight draws closer. But if Wilder does win the rematch against Ortiz, consider the historical implications. There are only 5 heavyweight champions during the long, rich history of the weight class who ever made 10 or more consecutive title defenses. If and when Wilder does defeat Ortiz, that would make him number 6, and that's mighty impressive stuff, any which way you slice it. Deontay Wilder is on the brink of making heavyweight history, and I sure can't wait to watch him try. These sure are exciting times to be a fan of the heavyweight division. So what do you think? Do you think Deontay Wilder will succeed in becoming just the 6th heavyweight champion to ever make 10 or more consecutive title defenses? Let me know. Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed, and have a wonderful night.